Hi, this is Marc from RawNutrition.com. In this video I'll be doing a special recipe. It's basically a spinach-based lemonade. I've got 4 cups here of spinach kind of packed into my measuring cup, and 3 small lemons. Could have used 2 lemons. I got 2 apples and about the equivalent of 1 large cucumber. These are baby cucumbers that are cut up. So this is a nice, refreshing recipe, especially with the lemon in it. And it's a good way to have greens when you're still trying to get used to the taste of juicing just greens. So with the fruit flavor of the apples and the lemons and the juiciness of the cucumber, it makes for a really nice taste. So I've got installed the juicing screen, the fine hole screen. This will have the minimal pulp in your juice. You could also use the large hole screen if you want more pulp. That's more for smoothies and things like that. So we're using with the fine hole screen, and I'll just get started. A few things I like to do when I'm juicing something like this, especially that I've got greens which can tend to produce some foam, is I'll mix it up. Mix my vegetables as I'm juicing, put some spinach and some carrots, or in this case here I've got cucumbers. So I'll just go ahead and get started with the Elite Juicer. And I just mix things around. I can pack things in as I go. Now with the greens you do have to push them in. So I will have to use the pusher to get those down and be taken up with the auger. I don't need to push very hard, really just to get them in. And I did put a big chunk there. So you can squeeze those in. And I'll just push them down for the auger to take them up. Instead of mixing to avoid getting too much foam with juicing just the spinach exclusively, can get pretty foamy with the juicers. I've done some demos where you see just spinach and you will notice a lot of foam, which you can mix back into your juice and eat it, but sometimes you got so much foam it's not very nice or agreeable to the taste. So you can do this as a way. You're still seeing some foam, more than in the other juices I've been making. That's really the nature of the greens, especially baby greens like this. Pop in a lemon here. I'll cut up my next lemons because those are pretty tight fit. Go ahead and put everything in, even if there's some pits, they will end up in your pulp. Now with the Hurom Elite, I've got the pulp lever completely closed. If I'm noticing there's not any pulp coming out, it's because it's really staying inside there. I can ease up a little bit on the pulp control lever to make sure that there is a steady flow of pulp, and then I can actually slow it down a little bit. With something like this, there's definitely not much pulp from the greens. So I can tighten back up where I can see a steady flow. If you keep your lever fully closed, depending what you're juicing, most times it will push, the pulp will still push out. In this case, because the fibers are more soft, it wasn't quite pushing out. So you want to ease up a bit, which is what I've done. You can eventually, as you see a flow, you could bring it back to the fully closed or the most pressure. I say fully closed, it's, when you look at it, it's closed, but it's just a silicone plug, so that plug does, it is a bit soft and it will let some pulp through. It's really trying to maintain the most pressure inside to get the most juice out. So that is something you want to watch for when you're juicing. Otherwise, if you get a complete blockage, you'll have to stop and empty your juicer. This hasn't happened to me with this juicer. So definitely keep an eye on that, just from, now I do have an apple that's a bit stuck, so I put a little bit more pressure, get it taken out. great refreshing drink, summertime, springtime, even in the winter when you have the winter blues. Needing something fresh, this is definitely fresh and refreshing. As you can see, I'm just alternating between the vegetables, which is really giving the best yield possible. And we are seeing a bit of foam, and that's really from the greens. I like the juice with the hard apples too. I forget which variety this is, but it's a hard flesh apple. You'll find those will yield the most juice. Things like Royal Gala, Granny Smith, they will tend to juice the most in a single auger juicer. If you use a softer type apple, it will produce mostly mush and not that much juice. There you have it. Pretty much getting about 24 ounces of juice from this mix. Maybe a few glasses. You can let your juicer run till everything is out. You can even reverse and forward to remove any remaining pulp. As you see, the pusher came back up. There's just a little bit of pulp around the auger. So reversing and forward will help clear out the remaining pulp, and you can let your juicer run a few seconds for the rest of the juice to flow through. So let's get this out here and give this a try. So there is a fair bit of foam. Oops, I will have to mix that in a bit if I want to be able to test it out. Alright, let's give this a try. Very green, very refreshing, very nice, definitely a nice lemon kick in the flavor. So a very nice juice, cold process with the Hurom Elite Slow Juicer. Be sure to check us out online at RawNutrition.com and subscribe to our videos here on YouTube for more product demonstrations and product overviews.